I know you're like a little chainsaw, bro.
Are we on now?
Got a little.
Oh no, I don't know.
You're a little chainsaw, man. I like that.
Come on,
I like
yeah.
that.
Right.
We're live now? The audience hears me acting like a fool out there. Perfect. All right, Tad, let's start this bad boy again.
Oh, we are on. Hey, welcome to the Attitude for Gratitude. This is Tad. Sorry about the technical difficulties. And you know who I'm rolling with? My
Timmy
best friend.
J.
So, okay, cut the promo.
All right, 2218. If you guys would like to donate, we've got links up left and right. You know how to find us. Go to the webpage, 2218, Facebook, interactive show. Tad's going to tell you guys all about how we're interactive.
Hey, man. So, you know, we're on Facebook Live and YouTube. We look at the Facebook Live comments. So, being an interactive show, if you guys aren't telling us what you want to talk about or questions for myself or Tim or our guests, who today are Jerome.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
And Demo.
How's everybody doing?
Nice.
Then you know we're not interactive, so participate. And as always, I love what you guys do in the side comments. There are plenty of people in the house, like our secretary and assistant Elena is here. She's always on there. We got
Boss lady.
Slavic, and Sydney, and they're in the comments too. Our good friend of the show, Joa, he's on there. And these guys, you know, we're a resource. So if you're struggling, reach out to the comments, and people, as we've seen before, the power of people, they'll help you.
Power of people.
And that's one of the reasons we have this show, is to be helpful and to have fun. So, and feel free always to get at Tim at
Timothy J. Warren on Facebook. You can reach out to me.
or Tad, myself, at Tad Ackerman on Facebook. You can reach out to us. Just make sure you let us know, because we do get a lot of messages. And if you're just saying hi, sometimes that's other people, and we don't know that it's you talking. And if you have ideas for the show, guests, or just
we welcome it.
Other things you want to do in recovery, maybe we have the resources, maybe we know someone, just let us know, because that's what we're about. Connection, because connection is the opposite of addiction.
Right, 100.
So, I just want to say thank you for all of the support and prayers and people reaching out to me while I was out with COVID. It was the support was crazy. Want to give a big shout out to my sponsor Rob for filling in for me for a week. You guys did amazing. Last week's guest, one of my best friends, Aaron, and one of our technical producers here, Sydney, was on the show.
Yeah, it was a great show too.
I know.
Wonderful. I want to just real quick start something here. We kind of did this 2 weeks ago when Derek was in the studio, and tonight three of us will say something. I'll go first, Tad, then Damone. What we'd like to do is say congratulations, Jerome. He celebrated a year.
Yeah.
That's a huge feat.
Right.
Appreciate you.
I just want to say a few quick words about Jerome here. I met him a few months back in a meeting that we go to together, and there's few people that have under a year that I can really connect with. And one of the biggest things that I can say about him and his recovery is he wants it. Bottom line. There's questions still. There's concerns still in your recovery. I know there is, because we've had hours upon hours added up of talking about this.
That's true.
And the key thing I want to say about him and his recovery is he is the epitome of this keep coming. He comes back. Like, he has so many questions and concerns, but he wants this recovery so bad, and he keeps coming back. And if there's someone out there who's struggling to get to that year, or, that's a huge feat. For me, it was. This man just keeps coming back. The questions and concerns he has, he's coming back because he knows if he doesn't, he might miss that question he's looking for, and he just keeps fighting. So I want to personally say congratulations, and the love is there, and I'm always there for you. Yes. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That's a sponsor. Oh, and you know what? We got sponsor and sponsee here tonight.
Yeah, yes. Damone, you want to say something about?
Yes, I'm very proud of him. Like you were saying, it's the point of keep coming back. More is to be revealed, and he is opening up his mind to new information. So
I'm doing my best.
Just super proud of him. I was able to give him his clean time a few days ago. So super excited just to be here with you fellas and do our thing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Tad.
So I'm Tad, and I am an addict myself too. Jerome is like best friends with my sister. So
sorry to hear that. No.
6 years, guys.
Yeah,
they've been friends a long time. Me and Jerome has narrowly missed using paths for years. So when I was babysitting my sister's kids, wondering where she was out partying with Jerome. And when she had plans with Jerome,
That better come
and
out of
Jerome
step work,
and Jerome was wondering where she was out partying with me. So,
Yeah. Sounds about right.
It's just a full circle, right?
yeah, and then flash forward, my sister, before her and I had reconciled, and we weren't talking. She sent Jerome up to 2218 up here, and I'm on the steps doing service work or whatever I do. And he came to me and he's like, "Dude, I need to get service work." And he came and talked to me, and then he came here and helped the janitor every day.
Right.
I
That's
set him up
right.
with that
for 3 months.
for three.
Yeah, he
For
knows.
3 months every single day.
For 3 months. So, and like Jerome has a willingness and, about him that a lot of people don't. And Jerome's like my brother, y'all.
Right.
We don't have to talk all the time. We don't have to be super close, but we're close.
Right.
We're connected through stuff. And I always have Jerome's back. And look, man, we went to this NA convention and Jerome just reached out and I was like, boom. Here you go. And he went, and it was his first ever convention. And he didn't know, but he reached out and he tried, and it was pretty cool.
It was.
Right, the three
It
of
was
us
actually.
rode home together.
Yeah.
No, I think about it.
One
Yeah.
addict helping another.
That's how
There
we
you
do.
go.
I mean, that's how we do it.
So, on behalf of us at the show, I just want to say you have a special place in my heart. But on behalf of us at the show, we got you this.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Once again.
Love it.
Ready?
I got it. I missed it.
Hey, it's all right.
So, you know what, Jerome? For the audience and for everyone else out there listening, could you just go ahead and reintroduce yourself and tell us how you did it?
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Jerome. I am an addict.
Hey, Jerome.
Man, it's been a long year through COVID and trying to do things. I'm trying to do things different, guys. That's really it. I just was sick of being sick, and I was. I think there was one day in the mirror, like I tell the story a lot. That I just one day in the mirror that I kind of looked at myself. I'm like, like I know I got a problem, but I really cannot stop. Like I can't physically stop. So I made the decision to just drop everything and just try something new. And that's why I'm here. And I take suggestions. That's the main thing, guys. Take the suggestions that you get. I heard about service work. I did for 3 months. I was it's kind of bothering them for a while. They said reach out to fellow people in recovery. Man, I was in people's ears. Just like, hey, what are you guys doing? I was doing all the things I can. But like Tim said, man, you don't have to understand everything right now.
Nope.
They said the simple things. I can get the simple things. It's like keep coming back. If I can do that, it's like that. It's something I can do. So I just kept on coming back, So I appreciate y'all.
Congratulations.
Way to go, bud.
Yes.
Thanks.
One more.
Thank you, guys.
We celebrate clean
Hey,
time
Jerome.
around here.
We do.
In case I haven't told you this, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
We all proud of you, buddy.
proud.
So, hey, man, without further ado, let's chop it up, guys.
Let's chop it up. Smash that like button out there, fellas and
Hey,
women.
dude, share this. Tell your mom, tell your friend, tell your sponsees, tell your sponsor, tell the person you sat to next to a meeting about this. Share it, get it going so we can help more people and we can have more fun.
Right.
What do you guys want to talk about first?
Yeah. Who's
How
up to
about recovery?
Boom.
I like cover.
Well, it looks like he took the throne. So, Damone, why don't you kick us off? What would you like to start talking about tonight?
Well, I'm always grateful, right? Just for today. And I'm a grateful recovering addict. Right? And it's the company that I keep. So I'm just, again, super excited to be with you brothers and you ladies that are here. And recovery is an ideal state of mind, right? And I'm talking about through experience, strength, and hope, right? That I ain't got to use no dope.
Yep. Exactly.
Right. And we can be here having a good time, laughing, joking, seeing the smiles and celebrating a year clean. That's big.
Right. No, that's huge.
And recovery doesn't happen overnight.
No, it is not.
It's a process, and just taking one day at a time. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not worried about yesterday. I'm just in the moment.
Right.
So I'm just, thinking about like how much recovery has been a part of my life. Like for me, I sleep, I eat, I wake up, and I go to bed. Just in a place of just like being okay with myself today. Can anybody relate to that?
Right.
I'm trying to find a story
Do you remember
myself.
the conversation we had on the steps at the beginning of COVID? So I was in
Sorry,
a lot
guys.
of meetings with you and your brother.
Okay.
If you remember when NA started up here for a little while.
Yes, yes.
And I was having a day. And so I was up here, in the beginning of COVID, I was up here like 40, 60 hours
Right,
a week. It was
yeah.
crazy. And I was having a day, and I had one of these come to Jesus moments where I just had to let it all out in the meeting. It was a small meeting with you and your brother, and you pulled me aside.
Yes.
And we sat and talked on the steps, and you were like, dude, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. Right now, you're not working, or you're working once a week. You're like, everything's being provided for you so you can do this.
Right.
You're fortunate. And like, you know, this is a guy I stole that we get to from, by the way.
We get to.
Yeah, that's
the
a
get
big
to.
thing on this show. If you didn't know, I stole that from you.
Yeah, that
You're
part,
like, you
yeah.
get to work one day a week so that you get to be up here to make sure that this is open for and you helped me reframe a lot of stuff in my mind. And I didn't know if you remembered that, because these are types of things that all of us have conversations with people like this, and they change people's lives. And I don't know
yeah.
if we know how much we impact people.
And that's one of the beauties about recovery. You know, it's through the shared messages, right? Like same or similar. You know, we
Right.
all have some effect in each other's lives, and that's the beautiful thing about what recovery brings. Because like, I didn't remember, but I did remember. But it's a blessing when we have those moments where we could be in doubt. Our thinking could be overthinking, and one of
Yep.
us will approach each other and just share a soft, gentle message.
And it was at a time where I need, like, hey, man, you get to do this, and just hang in there, dude. Your life isn't always going to be like this.
Right.
And it's not all. And you know, you have days like that where we don't want. I have days where I wake up and I don't want to be Tad.
Do nothing.
I don't want to be
Right.
super Mr. Recovery.
No.
I don't want to talk to 40 people.
No.
I would just rather stay home and play video games.
I hear that.
Well, you know what? I was just in, you know,
Right, Jerome?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the reality. But you know, it's not. I don't feel like we're stealing messages. We're just passing it along.
Well, yeah.
Like,
That's
you
how
know,
this
that-
works.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
you know?
That's how this
it's
works.
become my mantra, and Tim knows that, because when Tim has a bad day, or anyone does, I tell him, we get to do this,
right.
dude.
I get to be upset and not use over it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I
right.
didn't
you
get
guys
to do
have taught me
shit
that.
when I was using.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Except
it's
for use more, lie, cheat, and steal the use more. I was basically Eddie Guerrero. You know, and that's, and that's what I did.
it's a wrestling it's a wrestling term. But
And you
yeah.
know what I find what works with recovery is in those moments. You know, that's
wow.
where my appreciation really comes to recovery, is when I'm in a down moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's why we had the
It's
foundation.
not when I got the pom-poms out and I'm jumping around and I'm totally happy, but it's that moment where I might have a little doubt, frustration, I don't want to do nothing. And then if I sit still long enough, like there's a God message that comes somewhere by somebody or through something.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and I've heard you share this. A lot of times you hear it too. Is when you're uncomfortable, when you're going through something that's real uncomfortable, when you're out of your element. JP shared about it tonight.
Shout out to JP.
That's when you're growing.
Yeah.
That's when you're growing. When this is an uncomfortable moment, when you're stuck getting outside yourself, doing something you do not want to do, in the name of recovery, you're growing.
There you are.
And you guys taught me that.
Yeah.
What do we got there, Ted?
Our good friend of the show, last week's guest, Aaron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Rob.
He, how do you know who to follow, guys?
You mean in recovery? Like,
I'm assuming so.
let's start that one. Thank you, Ron, with that question.
You want to answer it?
Sure. Well, what the hell? Let's give it a whirl. When I came to the rooms, I share this almost weekly. I didn't know what to do. I truly did not know. I knew one person in recovery, and it was my cousin in Arizona. So he planted the seed years back. Okay, that's all I knew of recovery.
Yes.
When I was at my bottom, I Googled it, how to get sober, how to get clean, and I followed those rules. When I was at one of those stages of detox, inpatient, outpatient meetings, someone told me, find someone, keep your eyes peeled, but find someone who looks like they're happy in this thing. And you see them consistently at meetings you're going to, and they're happy. Like, find someone with something you want. Now, in early recovery, I picked a sponsor on that, but not. I've learned. Like, I thought that
grow.
meant find that one with the fat wallet and a nice car,
Yes.
and that's what I wanted. And it ended up working out. It really truly did, because he's had plenty of years. But for me, it was find people who are happy. Like, you walk in a room, you can see who's happy. Sometimes, like Tad said, we have down days, and hopefully you don't catch them on that down day, but people come in these rooms happy, and you just cling on to those for dear life. And especially The ones working the program. That's for me who I follow.
Jerome.
You know, for me, you know, and that's you're right on the money, Tim. You know, for me, when I first got into the rooms, you know, I was blessed. You know, I had fellow people in recovery to kind of lean on when I was in my low days. But you know, they said find people that have that genuine happiness. You know, I could tell when somebody's actually like happy, or they're just, or you know, if somebody's just like just talking just to talk. You know. There's one thing, and you know, just throw out all these sayings, and but not actually doing the actions, you know. So, I mean, just like I said, the simple things keep coming back, and I could figure out. It's like you guys are like, this person actually has that genuine happiness in them, you know, and that's just like, you know what, that is what I want, right there. You know,
it's like you
how
can
do
see it
how
from
do I
afar.
get that?
Yeah.
You know, you know
Yeah,
how do I get that, man? I cling on for dear life, man.
Right.
I did that for the last year, man.
I mean, and it hasn't, me personally, for 3 years, it hasn't served me wrong. You?
No, it has not.
I mean, we will make mistakes. I understand that happens.
That's life.
And you learn.
Yeah.
That's part of this growth. For you, Damone, what do you, I mean, over, because you...
I would just say, you know, who you want to follow when you first come in isn't who you're going to follow, because it changes.
Yeah, like Damone was just, you grow with your recovery. Damone, I think you got, what, a 13-year, or how much?
Almost
13 years, and over that 13 years, how has that looked for you? Finding people who you end up making your fellowship. The close ones.
Everybody, actually. I didn't pick one particular person because I was uncomfortable,
Right.
to be honest. And I didn't trust myself, so how was I going to trust anybody else?
Heard that.
I hear that, man.
But I did grasp to keep coming back. And so what I could say to that question is that I listened to those who seemed as if they were working a program. And we are each other's eyes and ears, right?
Right.
So I was watching and I was listening. And I was actually kind of stalking. Right.
Hey.
Ladies, don't take offense. I wasn't doing none of that. But, I was stalking those who seemed like, how you said, like they had a glow.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They had a smile.
Doing your
You
due
know.
investigation.
Yes.
Yeah, I did the same. Similar.
Yes.
Right.
And I stick to the basics. So it was those who shared about the basics. And then that just awesome message that of hope. you know.
Right.
So
Right.
and that's kind of how it just grasped on me.
That's huge. Tad, why don't you tell us real quick about your, I want to know how you figure out who you follow.
So
What's worked in your recovery and how did you
many
start?
different things. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy because so when I got in here, first I followed certain people who had years.
Okay.
When I first got in here, I was hanging out with people with 10, 20 years. I was following the vice president of the club, the president. I was following my boss, who I'm a nice man named Mike. He no longer comes up here because he's gotten older. But so I followed those people around, and I was also under the assumption if you had 10 plus years that you were just spiritually fit and working the program. As I learned out, that was not the case.
It's not.
No. Yeah, clean hands doesn't equal recovery.
and
You
some-
can be clean and crazy.
Yeah. And so and even if you do 20 hours of service work a week doesn't mean that you're spiritually fit. As I've personally found out myself.
Right.
Too, you have to work a program in addition. And so as I started, things started happening, and of course I got my feelings hurt. In the past, I had went back out during these times. This time I did not. I doubled down and I found new people I had to follow. And what was crazy about it is in the process of doing that and doing all the service work, all of a sudden I had people following me.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what I'm doing.
But that's how it is. They saw you.
You're going to put me in charge of this. You're going to make me. I don't know what I'm. And I had to
Time
figure
to
it
grow
out.
up.
Right.
So and
Be responsible.
and like the squad council thing and different things, and that. So I had to find my own mentors like KG.
Right.
Because the people who said they were going to mentor me weren't helping me, so I was figuring stuff. And I didn't know I'm 6 months sober, and all of a sudden I'm president of the squad council, and I have all these things that I'm doing, and I don't know how to do any of this stuff.
Right.
You know what I know how
Yeah.
to do? Yell and create chaos.
Yeah.
So I had to find people, and at different times, people in my life, even if it was just for a conversation like Damone, I had a day where like, oh, why am I up here? Jerome came on the steps, and I didn't even know we were connected like we were yet. And I helped him, and then to see him every day.
That's like
up
for
here.
months.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
Right.
you two were siblings
That's a
for
relief
months.
too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just, and I keep my, like, this is what people have said about me, and is that I'm all inclusive because I try and include. In the beginning of this, the lady right there that's going to be on the show, Ashley Kay, she was one of my only people. While I was out in the streets every day, she talked to me.
Yes.
I was in a Hell's Angels chop shop trying to blow my brains out or trying to get in treatment or trying to get high, and she was one of the only people that would talk to me. And so in the beginning, that was my people. And then it evolved. And my people right now are all around. And you know what? I have mentors.
Right.
I have people I mentee, and I have people, and even like I was talking about with Aaron Weber, that it's funny. He came and grabbed me off the streets and brought me to the sober house and was my mentor.
Right.
And now I'm his mentor.
That's how this
Unconditional
works.
love.
Unconditional.
It's weird.
No
Unconditional
conditions.
love.
We put no conditions
So
on
it
it.
switches,
Exactly.
and what I would say, if once you start working a program and you start living these principles in your life, you're gonna know that
Quickly.
whether it fits or
Yes,
not.
quickly.
So
Exactly.
but you can learn just as much from anybody.
Yeah, like
on
Damone
how
said, that was great what he
That's
said. He's like,
exactly right.
everyone. Like, the more I think about it, I've learned over time, like, I can't shut myself down. I can't shut myself off to that newcomer who walks in, because they might say that, when Jerome says this all the time, they might say that one thing that it just clicked. It
I'm
put
staying.
all those pieces together, and now I figured it out. And that might come from someone with 24 hours.
So
It happens.
You never know where your help's coming
No,
from.
you never
Never.
do. What do we got? What do we got?
Kind of a controversial. Well, it's not controversial.
boy.
It's just this is going to be an opinion question.
Let's hear it.
So this is from our boy Ryan. Hey Ryan, I just want to give you a shout out. I was trying to holler at you while you were here tonight, but I did not get to. But Ryan asked when on probation, possible new PO told you shouldn't be doing meetings because you're not doing the right thing. How should you deal with that?
That's deep. There's a lot of
and it probably has to do with COVID and a lot of stuff. Here it goes. PO told me that a year and a half sober isn't that long. I just graduated treatment. Even though I graduated December of 2019, I shouldn't be going to meetings because of my past and the reason I'm on probation. The story is I'm an addict on a recovery group, but I'm still struggling with some in the power above me telling me what I know and my gut is right and is wrong, but struggling going through my head this past week. So personally, and these are just our opinions,
Yeah.
remember, what I would do is I would keep doing what you know is right. And I would be talking to your connections, your sponsor, the people that you had. Ryan, you've surrounded yourself with a lot of giants in recovery.
Yeah.
And you know a lot of people. I've sat and prayed with people about you. We've prayed for you on this show, and I just want to let you know that I would like you to personally. I'd like to have a conversation with you about this off the air.
Right.
But I'm sure everyone else is going to have their opinions. But so you got to toe that fine line and do what your PO wants. But you also got to take care of yourself.
Right.
Because I've toed the fine line and done what POs wanted, and it's not done. But I have to follow the rules still.
Right.
Well, he didn't say you can't go. He said you should not go. So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
continue to keep doing what you are doing. Stay connected. Reach out, as he said,
Do
to
the
your
basics.
sponsor. And just continue to, take one day at a time.
Yes.
Don't beat yourself up. And remember, others who don't understand us, we understand you. So thanks for sharing that.
We got your back.
Right.
We got your back.
Exactly.
Well, and I
let 'em
heard
know.
someone share like this, and I respect counselors. Boy, do I respect those, and I respect people in treatment facilities and doctors and these people with degrees. But you know what? And I don't know. Some of them may have an addiction in their background, but it can get tricky for me to know that, okay, a medical professional who has not gone through the withdrawals can tell me he knows what it's like. I mean, but that's me in my own head, and we're talking about
And
opinions here.
My opinion, right on that is like, so look, man, we understand addiction in our own way, but I still don't get things about it. So if you never went through it personally, and I respect them because they have a lot of insight and a lot of help, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not taking credit. There are great counselors that aren't addicts, some of the best.
Well, mine was
and
Karen,
doctors.
Karen at New Way was,
Yeah,
and she.
but me as an addict going through everything that I went through, I still don't understand all of it. No one person will. So
I guess I've gotten my best answers from a collective group of people
Right.
in these rooms more so than not an outsider, but someone who is not in this program.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what? I find mentors in this program who you can feel when an answer's right. And sometimes, like we talked about right away before the show came on, is like you feel resistance. You feel like you're out of, not in the right place. Sometimes feeling the best, that's when you're growing. Like
Yeah.
a fellow addict's going to tell me and call me on my bullshit. Like the group I talk about surrounding myself with, they won't co-sign my bullshit.
Never.
They will not.
Not.
Jerome, with
Never.
less than a year, Jerome's called me on more things than people with 10 years will come and meet me, and then they'll just co-sign some stuff. But people you get close to that are doing this thing and they want it like you want it, you're going to hear some things you sometimes don't want to hear, but you're going to grow. That's just how this works. So Ryan, like... You know what's good in your heart. I see Ryan's face all the time. Like, he's on the show popping in left and right.
Oh yeah,
He's getting
up
involved.
at the club all the time.
I would say keep doing what you're doing. We get inside our heads a lot. What you do is you reach out. For me, that's what's worked. Damone, I don't know if you meant when you said, I'm not sure. The question came from Ashley.
we love you too.
She said,
Ashley.
she said, at the beginning, you mentioned he didn't trust. It says Damone mentioned he didn't trust anyone at first. What helped him open up to others?
Damone.
Well, the first suggestion I got was keep coming back. So I had to keep coming back.
Right.
And through that, trust kind of came open for me to trust in the process. I kept hearing that. It's a process. It's a process. Then they talked about, like, if you want to learn, as Tab was saying, you want to learn about this program, you got to learn it for yourself.
Right.
And so by kind of surrendering my wall that I had up or my own ideals, I kind of sat still long enough till I was seeing this thing transforming within my own thinking that, okay, if I trust myself, I'm in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
So I started to listen, and Chad was speaking a little bit about that. It was those with the more years that they had when I got here, because that was amazing to me. I never seen nobody clean than 30 seconds.
You've been clean longer than half of my life. What the hell?
I'm saying when I
13.
first got here,
Right,
though.
right. Oh, yeah.
I never seen nobody clean more than 30 seconds. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Yeah,
And that
before
was
we-
me.
yes,
And that was me.
right.
So I didn't trust me.
Right.
So how was I going
How are you
to
gonna trust your
other
decisions?
people?
Right.
You know,
Right.
trust my own thinking. So I listened to the experience. Like, and for me, what did make sense, because I'm talking about new language, new life, and all this stuff.
All this
That-
new
that-
shit.
yeah.
It could be overwhelming
Yeah,
too, because
very overwhelming.
Because you got this new thing, and you don't know
Yeah.
which things, and that's
And then it
that's why-
started just to come to, well, I trust dope enough. I trust the streets enough. I
Right.
trusted these old people, places, and things enough. I said, you know what? I better trust in this because pretty much everybody's looking like they're okay.
Right.
They're smiling and shit like we shared in the beginning.
Compared to
they're
the-
looking like
yeah.
they're happy.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie, there was some pretty decent looking women in
Right,
there.
right. Well,
like,
hey,
like
track
maybe I
rather
can have fun
promotion.
here. And they said, we have clean fun. I said, bullshit. That's what my thinker was saying, right?
bullshit. Lying
But
ass.
the
people.
more I
Yeah,
kept
no,
coming back, I started hanging out, and I got around some pretty good people.
Right.
I have an awesome sponsor, and he was the first person I began to trust.
Okay.
That was the first person, and that kind of helped trickle to other people.
So you slowly let your guards down with your sponsor.
So what I would wonder is, so you get your sponsor, now you have your trust in your 10 year, however many years you've been around. You know, I would say, does everyone that you trust pan out? Just
Never.
so, and that's never going to be the case.
Red Bull.
I
Right,
had,
right, no,
I had to
no.
work steps to continue to trust my damn self.
Right,
you.
right.
Oh, man.
Even yourself. So, what do we do? Because I come across this a lot. Not well personally too, but a lot of people ask me because people are going to keep letting us down, but that's part of the game that we're in. Me and my sister had a long talk about this with Jerome.
People are gonna be people, no matter what,
And
cover
we
or
deal-
not.
So but what we do. And that's what me and my sister came to the conclusion. This is what we do. We help people. So we're going to continue to get hurt, and people are going to let us down. And I'm going to let people down. And so how do you get through that?
Step work.
Well, there, yeah.
Share about
Right.
everything. Use about nothing. Because my
Exactly.
feelings been hurt.
Say that
plenty of
again.
times.
Say that again.
Share about everything. Use about nothing.
Amen.
And you know, it's always suggested to have at least one close person you can trust, and it doesn't always have to be a sponsor.
Right.
It could be another addict, another alcoholic, but someone who you can confide in and share some of those things that you really don't want to talk about. And with that, it kind of like just helped in areas that I had never thought I could get through. But I got through a lot of shit, man, just really practicing, as you said again, to add the program.
Yeah, the principles.
The program.
Well, we work these steps so I don't kill myself, and I work these principles so I don't kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's reality
well,
for me,
and-
man.
I want to choke some of y'all sometimes.
There you go. And we've learned this spiritual principle, so we don't.
I like what Damone said about,
I think they want to choke me a couple times.
sometimes the person you trust isn't necessarily your sponsor. And so, like myself, I had a vetting process where I went through a lot of sponsors in my first couple of years because they either wouldn't call me, and things came up. And for a while, I had a female sponsor because she was the only person that was there. Her name was Shauna, and she was good shit. And it worked. It worked well. It worked. We tried it, and it worked well. It worked for a while. And at a point, I needed a man. But so I remember in one of these points where I didn't have a sponsor for 2 months, I was sitting here just whining about how I didn't have a sponsor. I couldn't do this. And my friend was like, but Tad, you have the president of the, you have this, his names. He said, you have 10 people calling you daily. You're very fortunate. You might not have a sponsor, but you have the support because you built the support network with the help of this fellowship because I took the suggestion. So that being said, you know, things happen. Sponsors die. Sponsors do relapse. Things happen. People fall out, whatever. And so it's important to have that network because had I not had that network, I would have been in trouble. Instead, I just whined, and I had a lot of people tell me that, you know.
And personally, if you're an honest person, people are going to deal with you in that way.
Right.
Right.
If you're full of shit, people are going to deal with you like they're full of shit.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's more what you bring, that's what you allow, than, you know, just accepting anything, you know. And tell you the truth, I trust everybody. It's just that you can prove me wrong. You know, the benefit of the doubt is my ultimate weapon is you all.
Right. Yeah.
No matter how much recovery
The
you got,
fellowship.
one day clean, you're helping me.
Right.
I gotta get on your level because no,
Well,
that does not come hard and easy
and
for
what
me,
did
you
that
know?
happen the first day you came in?
Oh, no.
No.
Right.
It's
Well,
a process.
people,
Right.
1 year,
It's a
like people
process.
need to hear that. Like I try to tell people that all the time. Like, and it's easier said than done. But like I had to keep coming back to. I'm still picking it up, Jerome. Like I
Right.
tell you this, we have talks in the car that just get endless and repetitive because I deal with the same things today as I did 900 days ago.
And that's the beauty of
Right.
recovery, though, because it's ongoing.
Right.
Ongoing.
It's
Right.
growing.
It never is the same. Things change
And it-
every day, every minute, every second. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
Right.
As I look around this room, I was just thinking about what we were talking about, and like, so there's 8 people that have saved my life in this room,
Right.
And we got 10 people in this room right now, and to eight people have been on a phone call in some way or shape for saved my life at some point. And the other 2 that haven't are just because I
But
barely
look, check
know
this
them.
out.
But
I
they
bet,
will.
I
They
bet
will.
you've been in a meeting with them.
Yeah.
I've
So
been
they
in a
saved
meeting
your
with
life.
Right.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way. It's,
I may not know everybody in the room, but I've been in a meeting with everybody in here.
right. Oh, yes.
So
This is
in that, they saved my life. They saved my life.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are all going to deflect this question on me, but if someone else wants to answer first, then I can. But if you don't, how long is too long in a sober house?
Ooh.
Oh.
I can roll with
Let's
that. real
let's
quick.
go with, you know what, everyone has their own experiences, so that Tad's got a gross eye look right now, like,
Well,
if you, but you know what, this could help more than just you.
No,
So
it's just
Jerome, your
No, I mean,
experience.
yeah. See, I have a different experience too, man. I think everybody should at least try it out. You know what I'm saying? Take those suggestions, man. If they suggested sober living, I think it's just a new way of like going about things. You know, do something different. You know,
Ooh, I
you
got
should have known, man. Like,
We're all waiting to answer this.
man,
yeah.
man, it's wild because like you know I was kicking and screaming. I did not
I
want
have
to go.
various opinions.
I did not want to go. You know, But I think it's helpful to practice stillness, man. That's like my recovery is about stillness for me, you know, like because I was always on the move. Like, it's just like I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to meet these people. I was around people that were moving so fast and doing nothing, you know,
like a rocking chair.
It's great. I like the rocking chair.
They're moving like your life. Don't live your life like a rocking chair. You're always moving, but going nowhere.
Yeah, you know.
So
like for me personally,
I like that.
you know, I do like that. You know, for me personally, I think it was kind of rough because you know COVID, you know, kind of changed everything up. You know, I was around fellow people in recovery that didn't go to meetings or like practicing kind of serenity, so they were just off the rocker. I think my experience just in my sober living, like I was personally done, but I think everybody should at least try it out. You know,
Right.
I
If
think
that's what suggested.
if that's what suggested, try the suggestions out first, you know.
Right.
And you know, everybody's different. That's why I said everybody's recovery is
I think that's why we're all waiting to answer that, too.
Right.
Everybody's recovery looks different.
Before we go to Damone, I want to go to Tim because Tim's never lived in
No, and this is why I also said take suggestions. I wanted to put that in there, and everyone's experience is different. Like I said, I followed every suggestion that was given to me. I put up no roadblocks for my recovery. I went through 12 days of detox, 35 days of inpatient, and then before I got out of inpatient, they told me, Tim, you need to go do a sober living. All I know of this stuff is what I've Googled, like really, and what I'm hearing from fellow addicts inside of my inpatient treatment. Now, my choices were to find a sober house. And don't get me wrong, I sat and called, and I got to a point of finding one. And you guys hear me, what I'm grateful for every week is my family, my mother and father.
Yeah.
My spot I was going to go to at the time with an ankle bracelet on and no vehicle was out in South St. Paul or something. And who knows, it could have worked for me. My mom said, you can come home. We could use you here. There's work to be done. And she didn't say it, but in my head, I was like, I know there's no one that's going to be in that house relapsing except for myself. There's no one in there that I'm going to find some empty dope baggies.
Right.
You know, I mean, there was the truth. The things that I know that I'm hearing from others. The only suggestion I have not taken in recovery to this day is going to a sober house. And you know what? For me, fortunately, that worked. I was fishing.
It hasn't been an obstacle.
No, and not at all. And I was fishing blindly there. I didn't know that was, and I was scared to take that suggestion.
But you weren't closed to the.
No, every day I went to meetings every day of my life for that first 2 years. But the thing was, this is how it was presented. Tim, you can come home, any meeting you want to go to, we will get you there. My mom and dad were my biggest cheerleaders, and they are to this day. I got to a meeting every day because my dad brought me, my mother brought me, a 30-plus-year-old man taking a ride from mommy and daddy. Like, I didn't care. I wanted my recovery. Nothing's getting in the way of it.
You were walking, then you were biking,
I was walking, then I was taking the bus, 10-speed, moped, then a truck, then I got my Harley. That's the evolution of growth, and I've worked my ass off for it. But I would never tell someone not to go to a sober house.
I would never. Nope.
So
my situation was different. Jerome's was different. He knew he had to leave when he had to leave, and he knew he still didn't want to use, and he didn't use, and he left when he had to leave.
I'm going to give some quick shout outs and read Elena's answer, and then we're going to go to Damone. And then Ryan does have a follow up too, and I'll answer the question too before we go to the follow up. But so I want to give a shout out to Nathaniel, Amber, Elena, Aaron,
Joa, Natalie, Aaron.
Who else can you think of?
What's up, Matthew?
Okay, then I want to read Elena's comment.
What's up, Elena?
Vicky.
Down at the very bottom of this. Vicky, Nathaniel. Again.
And everyone knows if we don't get to him, we love you. We are grateful for you.
So Nathaniel, sorry.
Elena's a follow up.
Elena had said, it's all the way at the bottom. She had said, don't put a time frame on a sober house. You guys need to stay as long as you need it. And if you can stay longer after that, then stay. And that's from Elena.
Exactly.
I got some insights, but I want to hear what Damone thinks.
I would say first is about safety. So, you know,
Okay.
If I got a place to stay,
Perfect.
What is my reasons for if I'm leaving, right? And you know, as I think about that, like I was at my mom's. I was homeless, right in the beginning of this process. Plus, I had a child, with me, right. So, if you don't have nowhere to go and you just thinking about this is too long here, my decision would be stay,
Right.
especially if they're offering a space for you to have somewhere
A
to be
safe.
safe.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
remember it's about safety. Because if if I'm using my own thinking, of course, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
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 Well, and I never thought of that. To
I
put that
never wanted
word
to
in
be
my
in a
answer
sober
was
house.
safety.
But the reality is, then once I leave, where the fuck am I going?
Right.
Right. And
Right.
with that, I'll be like, damn, I should have stayed.
Yeah.
So I made decisions like that before. I'm like, I think I'm staying too long past my expiration date.
Right.
But really, that was my own thinking. So I would say just what Elena said. Hey, if you can stay, stay. There's no time limit on it. If there is nowhere to go, if you're leaving to a safe, healthy environment, then I would just stay.
I think that's a great answer. And you know what, Ted? I want to hear your take on the
So-
sober living. Because let me just update the audience real quick. Tad he manages a sober house. He's been at one in his recovery. And I know
First
that.
sober house ever.
And this has been weighing on him.
It was one of the things I fought and would never do. I would
Right.
never move into.
So this is Tad. This is where he's at now. And now he's at one. So I want to hear
Before
your
I get
take
into
on
that, James says, "What's up?" And Travis, who lives with me, he's one of my guys, says finding a sober home that feels good to you and you feel welcome means a lot more than that. And James, another one of my guys, says
True that.
So, and here's another one of my guys live now with us, our producer Matt. He managed a sober house. Me and him got thrown into a fucking fire, dude. Didn't we, Matt?
Yes, we
Pick
did.
that mic up.
Tell him what happened. We're both in New Way.
We were both clients in New Way. And our past manager just wasn't working out for him, we'll say. And we were just kind of thrown in the position, not really taught
interim
how to
all
do
of a sudden.
anything.
Yeah, and he was there. He wasn't not helping us, but he was on his way out. So
Yeah, there was just a situation that
So
the
we-
house owner was uncomfortable with, so he felt it was best to move on.
we weren't really
management.
full time working either, and but the house owner gave us a job construction, so we were working 1 or 2 days a week.
Oh, that's that
just-
guy's.
Yep,
where
yep.
you guys were working?
And I had built up credit being the assistant manager, but so I went and quarantined at the beginning of quarantine and had kind of trained Matt in. It's because we eventually for him to be the assistant manager. So Matt did that while I was gone, and boom, I came back. Todd went on vacation, and we were interim, and we just never we just stayed.
Okay.
No, I just want to go to the question at hand. Is like, how long is too long? For me, I'm with the whole safety thing. Safety first.
Yeah, Damone
Right.
hit that on the head.
That's not right.
And that's what
buddy.
we look at as managers is safety, and if
And that's of the clients and the house.
And
in
the
general.
house.
You know,
Yeah.
not just the
Right.
people in the house, but the house itself too. I mean, but coming into a sober house, I went in there coming out of prison. I did a short stay in River Place, but I went into sober living knowing I wanted to continue my treatment at New Way. However, I went into the sober house thinking, okay, I'm just going to stay here until New Way
He
is
came in
gone.
infamously, too.
And, you know, basically, hey, my rent's paid. You know, I'm going to move on. However, with the opportunity for the management position, I'm grown attached to the accountability, the sober network I have in that house. I mean, the house
The
is
family.
terrific. I've heard stories about other sober houses that, you know, I don't really agree with. At our house, we are a tight-knit family.
we're tight,
We're
it's
a family.
tight. We keep things in house a lot, and
When you guys keep each other accountable, from what I've
yeah,
heard.
I mean, and sometimes that can feel a little squabbly, like siblings
Oh, yeah,
from
I
an
mean, there's
outside
20
because
people in one house, man.
and managing that sometimes sucks. Matt knows.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good when you got people too like you that care.
right.
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 You know,
Right.
we do things together. I mean, we just
Yeah.
went to Buck Hill this last week.
Saw
We
that.
were
Guys,
family.
so
I mean,
angry I
we
was
go sober
quarantining.
bowling together. Volleyball when it's summertime, and we do so many.
We do a
things
house
together. It's
barbecues,
great.
and we invite other people when not in COVID. Like we do things as a house. We have football games, and we what would you say, a family atmosphere?
Oh, definitely.
Me and Matt really tried to do that, and so we're rule guys because there was a lack of rules before.
Right.
Is how it was put to us. Whether that's true or not, you know, who cares? So we started instituting rules.
So Matt's was more or less safety, and he feels like you stay until you're ready.
Yeah,
basically.
till you're ready.
Is that where
Right.
you're at with this?
Right.
Yeah. Is there people that I've seen that have maybe overstayed their welcome? Probably, and they become nitpicky and they start interfering with the process of the house.
Right.
And I still work with them. You guys know me. I work with everybody. And now, in my private, am I complaining about them? Probably. But But you don't want to. That person, if I shoot him out the door
Yeah. No.
early and he dies, I don't want to do that.
You don't want that on your conscience.
So they might not. Well, they have stayed longer than a traditional sober house would let them. We don't have a time limit. There
That's
are guys
nice.
that have been. Right now, I'm the longest guy at my house. But before that, we had a guy there for 3.5 years. At another house, there's a guy who's been for like 5.
Right.
And so it's not that like. Most of us don't want to live in a sober house for the rest of our lives.
No, I mean
That's not our plan. I remember getting into a heated conversation with my friend Matt, and that was exactly. You think I want to live here forever?
Well, and that happens. I mean,
Why didn't just somebody go to sleep?
Right.
well, and like Damone said, I think the key, and I didn't word it right, but the key thing I think on my decision, and I believe Jerome too, it's like safety. Like inside. And I knew what was going to be safest. He knew it was safe for him to go because if he was going to stay in that chaotic area, he knew what was next. And it felt, all right, I'm going to pick up if I stay, so I got to go. And I believe that was it.
Yeah, that's and I think mine was like I said, we all have different takes on it, man. I never had my sober house wasn't really a family environment yet. I was around, like I said, people in recovery that weren't doing things,
Right.
So their behaviors came out, and for me, it's just like, man, if I stay here, I'm gonna get drunk about it,
Right.
So
And there's a lot of
that was my
different
reality,
factors, too.
and there's other factors too. So it's like I chose. I'm like, I have my basis down. I stayed for my basis. That's what I stayed there for. It's like, I got my groundwork. Like, I go to meetings. I reach out to sober network. It's like, I think I'm ready to jump out. Fly. Jump out
Baby
the
bird's
nest.
gotta
Man.
leave the nest.
I was ready, but it's not cut and dry, guys. That's the thing about
It's
it. It's not
each to their own situation.
Exactly.
Right. And Tad, did you want to do the
on safety
go
with
ahead.
like
Yeah,
our
but
house?
I can't
It's
find
like
it.
one thing I enjoy about our house. Well, not enjoy, but something I respect is like other sober houses I've heard. We're speaking on safety. Is you relapse. People make mistakes. Relapses happen. A lot of
Right.
sober houses say, okay, you have to leave. You have to be out the
Right.
door. There's no questions. At our house, I mean, every person, every situation's different.
Case by case.
However, me and Tad and Matt, another housemate, we make sure that person is safe. We bring them to detox. We don't just kick them out the door, say, it's on you. We give them a second chance. As long as they're not
Right.
using in the house,
Right.
causing,
Yeah, if you use
triggers
Other
house,
people's
people
safety.
or-
you gotta
yes.
go. But if I can't, but so we work with you, and that was one thing that me and Matt really did. Like we fucking drove. We had to be up at work and shit, and we'd be driving guys to still do if we have to.
Yeah, you do.
Drive them to detox and shit, and deal with them on a frame by frame. When I was sick, Matt stepped back up and kind of helped fill the void, to help our other friend Matt, who's now because when Matt stepped down. I replaced him with another Matt.
Right. Shoes to fill.
Yeah, only one Matt can fill another Matt's shoes. So you got to find the right fit, and just be out there, just like everything in recovery. Different shoes for different
Right.
people.
I just wanna say something.
Some people are trying to make money off of us.
I comment, James. It doesn't feel like family. We are family, man. I love you.
Okay, I love you
There
too,
you go.
James.
Follow up.
Ryan also follow up is it a good idea to move in with a parent in active addiction if it feels like it's the only option left?
I'll answer that. Tim here.
it's a
my one suggestion, because I can't give you an exact answer. You'll know inside what feels right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to truly say there's never only one option, and to be around an addict while you're trying to be in recovery, I'm going to say wholeheartedly that's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. That's my suggestion. Now, I'm hearing about sober houses left and right. So I mean,
Yeah.
to hear someone think their only option is to move in with someone who is an addict, my suggestion is reach out and find some alternatives. Now, if it's a money issue or whatever, them are things we
Ryan,
need to work on.
I have resources for you.
There you
if
go.
Want to talk about it? Reach out to me personally.
There you go. There's your
Sunday
answer.
or Monday would be a great day for us to talk.
I believe that's the answer. Is reach out to Tad on that question, because I
And-
won't
and
want to
we'll
see
get you
anyone
connect- you
move
wanna
in with
keep,
an addict.
Not just Tad. Reach out to lots of people.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Share in the rooms. Reach out to lots of. We all have different experiences, and guess what? If Tim doesn't know someone, Tim's gonna.
Right.
Tim.
Damone
knows
said it
Tad.
earlier. That's
Damone
what we do.
knows someone.
That's what we do.
You know what? And anyways,
We
Tim.
love you too, Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah, we love you.
So
And-
Jesse K, I believe, sent. Oh no, not Jesse K. Okay,
Jesse.
Jesse K in
He's
house
live.
here.
He's live in
Jesse.
studio too.
This question I'm gonna hit up to Damone, then Jerome, and then Tad. Then I'll answer. It says, "How do you build confidence in yourself when starting in recovery? In the earlier days, how was it for you to build your, how was it for you to build some confidence in this thing?" Damone.
Man, he threw a tough answer.
Yeah.
I know. I don't even want to answer that.
said-
I'm glad Damone's answering.
He said, "Get a snorkel. This is gonna be deep."
Whoa.
So
you know, confidence is self-conscious, right?
Right.
And being unconscious coming into the process, and they call it recovery. Like where do you get some confidence in that shit? But it all starts back, man. I stick to the basics. Keep coming back. And they say meeting makers make it, right? So more be revealed. Like simple shit. Like confidence for me started to grow as the more I seen people getting clean time. Clean time is just one of the ultimate
Highs.
confidence
Yes.
builders, right?
Yes.
Because for me, it was unmanageable. Like I said, I couldn't stay clean for 30 seconds. I never imagined like I would have got clean and would not be high 13 years almost. I could never imagine that, right? So what I did was I stopped thinking. How do you do that? I just began to use other people's experience until it came to my time to get the experience. And so confidence started to grow when I got like past 30 days. Then I got to 60 days. But I ain't talking about cocky confidence, right?
Self-confidence.
I'm talking about self-confidence. But what had happened was, they say, remain humble or you'll be humiliated. I can experience humiliation
Word.
just based on just thinking about some
Right.
shit.
Right.
I don't feel good.
Right.
Or maybe if I got on a nice shirt and I see my buddy over there, he got his girl with him, right? And she tell me, "Oh, that shirt don't look nice." Now my confidence is fucked up.
Right.
Right.
Fucked up, right?
Oh my god, dude! I'm
Right?
I'm going back in
Right,
time, living
right.
through those
So
moments
I had
with you
to-
right now.
I had to rethink what confidence was for me, and what it was is that I had to be honest with myself, that I don't really know what I need to be confident about.
Right.
Right?
That's key.
Because I can get to a place of thinking I'm doing something right, and then you'll bust my bubble.
Right.
You'll bust my bubble, right? And I had to learn, like, it's not that you said it earlier. Then when you was sharing with Jerome, it's not that you'll tell me something that is wrong about myself, but something that can help me.
Right.
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 And so when I started getting that from others, that I took it not as I'm not okay, I'm not a good person, but it was making me feel a little bit better about myself in the way that I didn't have to think I needed to be like this, or do that. I just followed through on some of the things that were suggested. And my confidence grew to where I'm humble.
Humble.
I stay humble, man, as a newcomer, man. Like I'm fired up for this shit.
I know
Right.
you are.
See, Elena, who's in house, right? The secretary, she said, "Damone, you ain't gonna even sit still," cause she know I be on fire for this shit, man.
I know.
Right?
Why you think you're here?
Right?
Right.
Almost want to jump out the seat.
But
I like
had
it.
To, I had to practice on being still.
Right.
Right? And that's where my confidence came of being comfortable around men and women that I'm in the room with. Like there's no big I or little you. We're all equal, man. Like your recovery is that valuable to me. And so my confidence just meshed in with the group.
Right.
I just mesh in, man. I don't try to be anything else but who I am. What they say, be your authentic self.
Be your
Right,
authentic
yeah.
self.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out who that is sometimes can be the trick.
Well, that
Right.
that's okay.
And that is.
That's okay.
Figuring it out as
'Cause
we
I
go.
don't even know who the hell I am almost 13 years later. But I do know I'm a grateful recovering addict.
I'm
Right.
curious.
I know that much.
Right.
I'm
'Cause
curious.
I don't wanna
for
get high.
Jerome's answer on
Not
this,
today,
on
Tim.
the
'Cause you don't
confidence
got
thing.
to.
No.
Because Jerome,
Yeah.
from meeting you, you came up pretty humbly, and like you were kind of seemed shy, and like you don't seem like a guy who lacks confidence to me.
Man,
You're reserved. You're
I got
reserved, but you're confident in the things you do. So, like, what's your thoughts?
man. You know, guys, I wore a mask for a long time, man, and you know, I had to.
Thank you for being honest.
Yeah, no, seriously, you know, that was to safeguard me. You know, that was my reality. You know, I wore a mask for so long, like I didn't know who I was. You know, but if so that confidence, you know, it's a false confidence. You know, what I put out to other people and what I share with like other fellow acts, you know, even with now especially Tim, you know, I tell him stuff. It's like, man, like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, it's like is this what my reality is? So like confidence for me, like, you know, I'm not gonna say fake it till I make it. I need a better phrase for that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I kept to the basics where just like, you know, I want to be humble. It's just like I don't know everything, you know. And even with this process, like when I told you, like I fully gave up, like I fully gave up on how, like what my living, like how I was living. Like I don't want any more. I don't want any part of that. It's just like if I keep going the way that I was going, like I'm gonna off myself, and that's my reality, you know. Right. So. I was just confident in the process. That's what I'm like. I'm confident in the process. I mean, it's like, you know, I see these people, I see these fellow addicts, they're happy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want that, but I gotta be comfortable in the process. I don't have to be confident with them because they, you know, like people are people, you know, and like I said, I had to safeguard myself for a long time because like people, like I worked in an industry where, you know, like if I trust too many people, like I will get hurt, you know. Right. Actually, all my life, man. But you know, but you know what? You know what's great though? Like I trust in the process. I trust in the just like, hey, you know, if I keep coming back and I keep doing the things that I'm doing, you know, it'll be all right. Like I don't have to look too far into that because, you know, I'm a future tripper, man. Like that's my favorite thing to do, guys. You know? I like the future trip, man.
I want your answer.
I know, and I want to just shift gears and deflect.
We'll get there. I want to hear Ted.
I don't want to answer
after he's done.
But you know, so the confidence thing is not. It's not like I say. It wasn't too hard for me. But hey guys, it's a falsetto. I mean, like false, man. Some of my stuff is false. Man, but I'm very curious and I'm confident in the process and how I am as a person. It's like, you know, it's like I have nothing to hide. When people actually have like a conversation with me, it's like, yo, I'm honest. Like I was like, you know, that's honest. I will sleep well at night. I will sleep good at night, you guys. I will let you know because anything that comes out of my mouth, I try to be honest. You know, that was when I was in active addiction, man. I told so many lies, man. Like, and I had to keep up, man. There was like, I still to this day have like repercussions of what I said like 2 to 3 years ago. It's just like I don't remember that, you know. So like he
was high out of our fucking
you know, like you know. Right. So I'm trying to make sure my conscience is clear at night, guys. So that's where I'm at.
It's a good answer.
And you know that's interesting insight because like I've always thought you were pretty confident and but never cocky, and that's the thing that I struggle with. So like I'm either not good enough or I'm too damn good. And as we've talked about on this show, like growing up, person I based my personality off of was The Rock's character. So I slip into it.
Oh man, I did not know that.
I slip into the cocky. Yeah. If you smell, you know, and being the shit, you know, the people's champ, you know, and being that, and you know, that's also one reason I'm better than Leon. But that's a side.
Oh man,
right back to the
wow,
shit.
Man.
They got a recovery belt and all this stuff.
That was outrageous.
So you know, like. For me, it was hard because I like my chains. I like my nice stuff. Yeah. I had to take that shit off. I couldn't wear a chain for like the first year because every time I would wear a chain, I'd put these earrings on.
Personality
put on
change.
A nice. All of a sudden, I'd be like, dude, I'm the fucking shit. Personality. And I'd be doing all this stuff, and I believed my own hype.
Right.
And I couldn't. Like, yes, I am great. I'm me, but I'm also.
We need
I'm
to
also
do a
not
topic
perfect.
on that alone.
I'm also not perfect. Everyone else is also great, and having nice stuff is not why I'm successful. So like I had to slum it out for a while, and then KG gave me all his old shoes, so I was able to wear those shoes. Then I got a job, and I was able to, like, a guy came to me when I bought 3 new pairs of shoes, but I also bought one for my best friend and one for my girlfriend at the time. So because I was like, you know what? The one pair was for my birthday. Not going to do that. Every time I buy a pair of shoes, I'm going to buy one for someone else. He still has them. Matt has them on right now. And girlfriend says they're the most comfortable shoes she's ever worn. And I had to look at it because a guy that was kind of close to me was like, hey, you're wearing these sweatsuits and this and these new shoes, and you're being a douchebag, and you're not living in recovery. And I really questioned that. Because of my struggles with my ego and this and the confidence. And I had to be like, well, I didn't buy $400 shoes, which is, they're like $350 shoes because they were the shit. I bought them for the back support because I have fibromyalgia. Right. And the minute I started wearing these brand new shoes, all of a sudden I'm not having back spasms and back pain. But he didn't know that. So I wanted to get mad and yell. I didn't buy these sweatsuits because I bought them because they're more comfortable because I have nerve pain all the time and I was constantly in pain.
Right.
But he didn't know that. He didn't want to hear it either. He just wanted to tell me I was being cocky. So at a certain point, when we get to other people, if it's not valid, it's not valid. Yeah. But it shook my confidence. I was ready to quit being a sober house manager. I was ready to kill myself after this guy had personally attacked. I was going to leave the sober house. I was just going to go do it.
That's the monster in between our ears gets to us sometimes.
And I don't know that this guy didn't know, but he didn't know.
He didn't know.
No,
he didn't know.
But he thought he was helping. So I sat there and let him talk, and then he ended up moving out of the sober. But I had to ask myself, so I went back to wearing shitty shoes while at work. And I'm in pain, and my back's
got some fresh ones on right now, y'all. I'm looking at them. I wish you'd give me a pair.
And
Ted shining.
And but then I remembered, look, man, I got these shoes originally and because I deserved it.
Well, yeah.
Damn it.
Well, you don't have to explain yourself to no one. That's the thing,
the shoes that my friend gave me.
That's why we don't judge, because we don't know anybody's story.
Exactly.
That's it.
Look, I grew up wearing hand-me-downs and garage sale stuff, and even when I did have nice stuff, my dad made me mow the lawn, and I had, I had to save up for the stuff, and it's not like I was super poor. I'm not saying that, but it's the stuff that makes me feel good. I like wearing sweatsuits because they feel better with my fibromyalgia.
So your apparel helped you with your confidence.
Yeah, and it did for a while, but I don't. But now, look, you know me. Some days I'm dressed to the nines, and other days I just come out in a superhero T-shirt with the hair looking like shit, and I don't give a fuck.
And recovery gives us many gifts and blessings. So if you got it, wear it. If you don't have it,
and other days
you owe no one explanation, no one but yourself.
Due to the things I do, other days sometimes I have to wear a fucking collared shirt and stuff like that. And not a fan of it, but it's cool. People usually compliment me when I do. I don't like wearing I'd rather wear a sweatsuit.
Right. So for myself here, I came into these rooms. I was sick like the rest of you. I thought the world revolved around me. I was stuck in such a bondage of self that it's sickening to look back at it. I had this fascination this fantasy that things did really revolve around me. Like my addiction told me. The dope man's waiting for my call. My parents and friends and family, they're waiting to see what I'm going to do next. That guy at the street on the corner who does not know me is waiting for me to come drive by. Yeah. My head told me these things. I got that sick and it kept getting worse. So when I got into recovery, I can't lie to you guys. I still had this. Today I still work on that. I have to humble myself and remind myself like I'm in a bucket by myself sometimes. Nobody's here for you, Tim. Nobody was waiting for you to show up to the meeting, Tim. Nobody's on the edge of their seat waiting for your share.
Some people tonight, Tim.
But what I'm getting at is for me, from day one in recovery, I've had to try to shed this character defect of me, myself, and this bondage. I thought I was really important. I thought I was terminally unique.
Hip and fatal and cool.
There you go.
Right.
Unique.
So I've worked on that self-confidence thing. And I can fortunately say this is I gained gangs of weight in recovery. I'm not.
You look good, man.
But what I'm getting at is I still a lot of people think it's appearance. For me, self-confidence, it's on the inside. I have not had an issue with that, but this whole the outside look, I can't let that bring me down. I can't. That doesn't dictate my self-confidence. And it did maybe at one point in the earlier days, but I'm talking about when I was using, not in recovery. That doesn't play any effect on me. My health is what I'm more important and more, that's what's at the top of my list. The self-confidence thing, I do genuinely, I see newcomers sometimes with the depression or they're inside their head and have no self-confidence. And all I can tell them a lot of times is like, you're saving my life. Like just those things. We had Zach on here talking about, someone told him when he was on the fence about this whole recovery, they came in and he was at the door greeting because he got to hug pretty girls. They said, hey, you got a nice smile. Why don't you smile some more? That stuck with him 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road.
Whatever it do to get you come back.
And that's what I mean. It's like, I go out of my way. When I see someone down, I feel terrible because I don't understand. I mean, people deal with depression, and that sucks. It does. And I want to do whatever I can because I don't understand that whole no self-confidence. I've never had that issue. Whether I know I might look like dirt or this or that, I've got self-confidence. Like, God's child type deal. Like,
Some people got it.
And I want to be there to help someone who doesn't. It's that easy. That's my answer on that. What do we got, Tad? Or do we
hey,
want to
man.
do a topic or?
I just want to say this show's awesome. You guys are all awesome. We'll get into. We're gonna do that last. So what I want to do is I want to answer Sean's question. Then I got something I want to throw at Jerome, and then he'll probably throw it at him. We're gonna give a shout out to my sister real quick. Jerome, you want to do it? We're gonna do something we don't. She's not getting her clean time of day early because
We can't front clean time.
We can't front clean time.
front
She
clean
didn't
time.
ask us.
So don't even ask.
But we
Go
just
ahead.
want to say congratulations to one day. Go ahead, Jerome. You do it.
Man, congratulations to Tara. And tomorrow it's going to be at 3 years, guys.
All right.
Is that a
Crazy.
girl?
What are we?
And she definitely helped me. You know, this is the greatest part about these steps, man. You know, people. It's one thing to do them, but to actually like live out the recovery. You know, I was friends with Tara for a long time, guys. I was about 6 years. You know. And we like we mentioned it before, like we party together, like, and you know, and she just popped up back in my life out of the blue, and she was clean, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's like that's a joke, like, you know what I'm saying?
believe
Like I didn't believe. Oh, I didn't believe.
Oh, 'cause
nothing.
you knew her.
I didn't believe that. No, it's like because I did not believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, because I knew people that you know that didn't use, you know, or they already had like you know like a decade or so, but I never seen anybody go through that actual shift. You know.
And then for her to come back to the club.
And that's the thing about like, and especially in the environment that I worked at, man, it's like that's not going to work. You know, there's no way. Like, you know, and it's not like I was rooting against her, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like
It seemed unbelievable.
It seemed unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? But like, I appreciate her because she planted that seed. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that are around me, like she planted that seed. I'm just like, man, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I think it's that time because, you know, I always had that doubt. It's just like I have to stop, but I couldn't. This is my reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. You know, I'm gonna die like this. You know, I just this is my world. You know, and this is what people do. You know, so I set that as a way of life, and that's a good way to put that. And she showed me by her actions that wasn't the case. You know. So I appreciate her.
Earns her 3 years.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
She's the reason I'm back at that I mean, she's the reason. She's a pivotal. I didn't mean to steal thunder here, but she's a pivotal reason why I've got so more
your
back
thing.
involved with that fellowship again. Like this past 8 months, she is the reason. Like I saw by her actions alone. Like she stepped up when a whole entire fellowship needed her to step up. She makes an hour each way
that shit's
drive for that to happen.
Yeah, whatever
Man, I
happened.
appreciate
I'm
Tara.
off. I'm off again.
Oh,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about your sis? Are you good there?
Yeah, I can hear that. No. Yep. There it is. No one move.
That's just your headphones. Your mic's still on.
I mean, so I've known my sister her whole life, and my whole life.
would-
You have your whole life.
I would assume so.
Yep. So like I know my sister pretty well, and like the pivotal change, and like when she was on this show, like basically what Jerome said about Tara, he never would have thought it possible because he partied with her and he seen it. My sister watched
Yeah.
me party. She never thought I could. I was the one person that was never going to get clean. I always had. in our past recoveries, much like the beginning of this recovery, we were always fighting each other about things. Like, she told me I wasn't allowed at her fellowship.
Right.
So then she came to my place. And I almost had a huge fit about it, but I decided that my program, we showed each other what the program had done for each other, and we came together
Over that.
Yeah, and I actually called her in that group and was like, "Hey, man, I need you to come to this. We need your help."
Yes.
And she's like, "Me?" I'm like, "You call?" And I said, "Yes. The other people would have called you, but you had them blocked." And we laughed about that. So and she's done a lot, and our relationship has been pretty cool to watch it grow to us getting just I don't know if it instantly repaired, but it repaired. She was on the fence about me,
Right.
And like once she said yes to helping NA, I was no longer on the fence about her. I knew that she.
Well,
did
she
the
sat
right
in the
thing.
cut and watched you do what you're doing.
Yeah, but we had a lot of friends in the middle, freaking telling us that we needed to kiss and make up, and like anytime
Of course.
we'd be cordial, they'd be like, "Oh, this is growth," and me and her would be like, "Hey, you know how Ackermans grow and bond by hurting their friends," and that's really what we were joking, but
Well, and it's like this thing of recovery, 2218,
So-
that brought you guys back together.
yeah, and the deal is she answered the bat call when I put it up there, and she was watching me, but like her answering it, even though we weren't cool, like told me that she was
growing.
doing the thing.
Yeah.
That she, and not that we're ever there, but like having my sister back in my life has been huge. I'm so fucking proud of her.
Awesome.
And I get to advocate for her to our family and stuff or anyone who knows her, who says anything. I get to advocate for her and her for me now. And that's been a process.
huge.
Me and Jerome and a couple other people, I think anyone who wants to meet us up there is welcome. We're going to be at Afton Alps tomorrow. For what are the times, Jerome?
We're going to be there at 12 o'clock.
And we'll be leaving about 4:30
Yeah,
or 5.
4 or 5.
But we're going to be skiing or snowboarding, whatever you do. I ski, they snowboard.
Or
but-
hanging out.
Yeah. So, feel free to meet us up there. Hit us up if you want to come up there.
Want to hit the bunny hill with me and come on down. I will. I like to bust my ass a lot. So
Oh, man. The last time I think I went skiing was with Tara.
yeah, same here.
So, Tara, good job. We're proud of you. I love you to death.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats, girl.
So, Sean asked, why are taking suggestions so important in recovery? Tim?
Why are taking suggestions so important in recovery? Without it, I wouldn't be recovering today. It's that easy. If I shut myself off to suggestions, let's precede that with me not being able to comprehend what I read. So if I was left to my device of reading, the basic text, the big book, whatever literature's in front of me to get healthy, I would be screwed. So when someone takes me through this literature and gives me suggestions, I have to be open to that in order to grow. And that's what I do is I stay open. And you can tell if a suggestion feels wrong, inside once you've got a little time. And if you don't have a little time, I was only left with taking suggestions. I had to. And that's, for me, I keep myself open and not shut off to taking suggestions. It's my answer.
Step 3.
Step 3, baby.
Because my will sucks. So,
Damone. Oh,
because my will sucks. Because if Tad's in charge, I'm going to get in trouble. So I have to take suggestions from others because I can't always see God's will. And other people, in addition to prayer and meditation, are how I am in commune with my higher power. God speaks through other people. But if Tad's in charge,
God
dude,
with skin.
if Tad's in charge, I'm in freaking trouble.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on suggestions, Damone?
A closed mind don't get fed.
Thank you.
Exactly.
When I first came, they said like, take the cotton out your ears and put it in your mouth, right? and first I was struggling with that because I was like, why would you tell me something like that? but I found out before I picked up the dope, I had a listening problem, right? And like
No way.
I had a lot of information,
No,
Right.
right.
good information,
Right.
right? But I never applied it. And truly, I
can relate.
You just said it, Tim. I was only listening to myself.
Right.
And if I were left to my own devices, I found out that I'm in trouble.
Right.
So, suggestions really have helped me think a better way, right? And not use my own thinking. Because that's where my problem is for me.
My own thinking.
It says, put yourself in a corner, you might not come out clean.
Right.
Right? So I had to understand that the only way I was going to get some help was be open to the suggestions and to be able to listen, not dispute. Now, not to say I always agreed with the suggestion, but I listened to it. Because with my experience later on, when somebody didn't tell me what I liked or wanted to hear, it became clear that, damn, I'm glad I was listening.
Thank you.
Because I used it, right?
Oh, man.
Or I was able to go home, sit down, twiddle my thumbs, or like if I'm in a situation, or because you got to be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to be honest. And I was honest to myself that that was my problem. I didn't want to listen.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm at home, right,
man, it's
and I'm
hard.
going through a struggle, I was like, ooh, they said this or they said that. I said, okay, I'm going to try it.
Right,
When
right.
I tried it, the shit
It
worked.
worked. Wow,
Well,
what
and
a
it
twinkie dink. Like, it
what-
worked.
And what if it didn't work? You're back to where you
Yeah,
started.
you weren't out anything. No,
No,
you're not out. It's
no.
like that bondage itself. It keeps you closed off, and you're in your own head, listening to your own
And
shit.
you just said it though, Tim. I have not stayed clean this long on my own
Oh,
thinking.
no, hell
Right.
no.
It's been because of you all, whatever you share, what you have shared, that it had a same or similar experience that I could use, take with me, later on pull it out. And like if I'm stuck just on me, you know, because my problem is me, then I say, hold on. Ted said this, Jerome said this, Elena said this. Like, let me try it.
Let me try it just
Let me
one
try
time.
it. I just said, let me try it. Now look, I tried dope.
Right.
Right,
tried
right.
to-
We tried shit we didn't know what it was.
tried to-
If Tad, Elena,
So-
and Jerome told you that this new dope was the best, you would have fucking
Oh, I'm
tried
gonna
it.
You
try
wouldn't even
this.
had to say it was the
Oh,
best.
no,
You
no,
could have just
no.
said,
Just
duh.
pull it out.
Like, duh. Yeah.
That first
Give me
tea
that
There's
shit.
some
Give me that
new,
shit.
it'd be out of my hand.
Yeah.
He'd be like, we doing it.
Yeah, he's right though. We didn't question anything we were putting in our body, and that
Before I
could have
got
killed
here,
us.
And
Right,
let me
right.
say one more thing. And when it came to a suggestion, is that you great. We're having a beautiful time. I love this shit. Oh, this is just an awesome feeling today. I'm in the spirit. I'm feeling the spirit. But when it came to the suggestion was that I wasn't being. Look at Tim. He about to break
That
down
was
the
Tim.
whole audio, y'all. Oh man. I wasn't being talked to.
That's
Right,
important for
right.
me.
Wasn't nobody telling me nothing. 'Cause
Right.
If they would have said that, like when I first came into recovery, I was walking right back the fuck out the door because I had been told what the judge said. I've been told what this,
Police,
you know,
is it-
wherever I was, somebody told me what I had to do, and that was my problem. I was real defensive. I was self-centered, and I didn't want to hear shit.
Right.
Only thing I wanted to hear was what my mind or what the fuck I was telling me, or if Elena said, "Look, I got some good shit."
Yeah,
That's all I wanted to hear. And so they said, look, we just give suggestions. We're not telling you what to do. We're just giving suggestions. And that first time I was like, they're talking with me. And that made me feel real good. So
Right.
that's how it worked.
I don't.
Man,
I'm not.
that's-
I-
hey,
Sign
that's-
language
I know.
and shit
Hey, text
going
me.
on
You know,
here.
honestly, that's where.
Strange shit going on
ADHD.
here. We addicts, we are strange.
Yeah,
people.
that's where.
But I love them. I love them. We're strange.
Me?
We're strange.
That's where I was at, you guys. You know, it's like I wish someone would tell me something. You know, it's like, hey, you're doing something wrong. I'm like, yeah, right. You know, I'll walk away real fast. You know, but you know that's why I love the simplicity of this. Everyone, you know, suggestions. So if you suggest it to me, then I could fuck around, and try it. You know, like for
Right.
once, you know, but yeah, tell me something. It's like, you know, you have to do this. Like, all right. Now it's you know, it was for me especially. It's like it's a fact that you're telling me
Right.
that you're I have to do something. Like I'm not doing it. I'll do it. I was like I will go out of my way,
Right.
And I will
That's how I was.
personally go out of my way to not do that.
He's
thing,
gonna dig
you
in
know?
like an Alabama tick.
You
like,
know,
nope,
like, you
I ain't
know,
going nowhere.
No, I say, you know, that's how I live, man. So, you know, it was that's what attracted me to this recovery process, man. You know, like, hey, just like take the suggestions. Like, if it works for you, fine. If not,
Right.
then you know, at least you try something new. You know, that's what I was here for. Like, that's why this process is very important.
Right, and the other thing is, you don't have to take a suggestion.
No.
Like, you see, like, this goes back to our first thing. You find someone in recovery doing what you want. They got that glow about them. You see they're working it and I'm going to be more apt to take that suggestion. I'm going to be looking for that suggestion. Like, I wait to hear Damone share. I've told you this numerous times. Like,
Vice versa.
he fills my spiritual cup when he shares. He fills my recovery cup when he shares. Like, there's people in this program that I try to make those meetings because I know when they share, I'm going to take something home with me that will better myself. Like, these are suggestions in their shares. We find ourselves in their shares. That's how this thing works. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how I've found this
Can't
to
do it
work.
alone.
No,
Exactly.
and you know what? Someone might give you a suggestion, and you know they're just still they're cock-a-doodle noodle, and they don't know what they're talking about. And you just let them go ahead and do that, and that might get them through to the next day that they got to give a suggestion. I mean,
there you go.
Karen told me
Good
that.
thing.
She told me this from day one. Like, ask somebody a question you know the answer to. Who cares? Just as long as they can give you an answer, watch how it makes their day better.
Exactly.
To have someone be able to help you, whether you need their help or not. Like, that's this thing of recovery.
Well,
like,
look
like
at all
that.
the resources we get when we jump
yeah,
into
it's this
recovery.
networking.
Right.
It's this community.
It's crazy.
We are some of the brightest, smartest,
Most
brilliant
talented.
people on the face of the earth.
Look
Yeah.
what we did to get our fix.
Awesome.
Like, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Jerome,
you-
I feel like Jerome has to say ridiculous now too, because we all did.
Ridiculous.
So real quick, I want to talk about Jane's this gratitude cafe real quick. Is
Plug
here at
cafe.
2218 for $5, y'all, like $5. You're
$5.
coming in, you're getting a plate of food. Like,
Best
just
deal
an
around.
instance, like homemade biscuits and gravy. You get a vegetable, you're getting a cup of Jello, you're getting coffee or water.
If it wasn't for
cookies.
Jane's home
Now I'm
cooking,
hungry.
I
Why
wouldn't
they
be
doing
around.
this?
Like,
I'm hungry
it's
now.
home cooking twice a week here at 2218
Nobody
for
save me a piece of
$5.
pizza.
Yeah, they're
I'm hungry
doing.
now.
And is she's back yet, or is she's recovering still?
She'll be back on Monday. She's been.
Yeah,
back,
that's-
but-
I know that
and
the
the
kitchen's
girls. The
open.
girls have been doing it on
Yeah,
Friday
and killing
too.
it.
So
Like, just letting the audience know up here at 2218 for $5,
If
you
you're
can get
hungry,
fed.
So
Come get it.
what I will say, Ryan Davis, thank you for all the questions. The last question that you asked, we're going to be covering that next week with our guests, Ashley and Elena. They're going to be
Yes.
talking about 13 stepping plus more.
Yeah, two
I'm
girls.
so glad that part of that
Why do you
one.
gotta have women answer that? Why
I don't know.
I don't want. I
Because we're
don't.
usually the
because we're
problem.
the ones blamed.
Because we're the-
We're the ones blamed.
Yeah.
So why
All right, well, looks like we're going into it.
You need to get on the pipe.
I will be on there. I want to hear what the ladies have to say about
We're
it.
gonna be
We're going to
guests.
talk about the. You guys
does
need to
happen.
get on your
Oh
comments.
yeah,
and-
no, I'm there.
I mean, you guys both have my
I'm-
number, so you
Yeah,
can
I'm so
I will be
excited for
on
that
there.
one.
I will
Yes,
be on there.
definitely.
from anonymous Elena in response to your comment. No, just kidding. So we're gonna get into some topics. First, I want to ask. Me and Jerome had vaguely talked about this, so help me along in case I stumble. Tim, you'll pick up on this. Jerome, you're a very organized guy.
I try to be. This is that's why I strive for.
I'm quoting you now. I hate unorganized things.
It's fair.
And so coming into recovery with a bunch of addicts and these meetings and stuff, there have been times where you've shifted in and out
Chaos.
because of the chaos.
Well, this is a thing, guys. Like for me personally, I live my life in chaos. I lived like a feral animal. Everything I did was like I wake up. I had to like do what I had to do. And like the chaos of like just honestly like the chaos of was just too much. Like this that's the reason why I got into recovery. It's just like I want peace. Like I actually want peace. This is what I'm striving for. But people are going to be people, and that's something that I still have to realize that, I want the organization, but like it doesn't work like that, man. Like,
Right.
that person's just like me, and that's going to be the reality. It's like, I try my best,
So how did you end up having to cope? Because I remember in the beginning, you're like, I'm not doing that. This is fucking crazy. I don't want to be a part of this. This is crazy. I can't deal with chaos is your big thing. So how do you learn to find that happy medium and cope?
It's, man, like seriously, the basics that's important for me. It's just like, this, I look at somebody, yeah, I will be initially frustrated. Yes, I will. But, like they're a failed addict like I am, man. It's like, they go through they went through the same motion. It's like, and that I find when I look at somebody else, it's like, that looks relatable. Like that, it's like I used to have that kind of like junction in me. Like I used to have that kind of like fear of like the unknown in me, and I still do, but I can't let that strive from the ultimate goal of us, getting to a point of that peace. So that's where I'm at.
And the thing I always wanted to say to you, and then the moment passed by, and I'm talking months and months ago, and I never got to say it, was because I think you've done this, and you can correct me if you're wrong, is what I would tell about people, what I was suggested is, so if organization, if that was the thing, the chaos, go be a part of it and bring that. That's part of the solution. And to me, I never got to say that to you, but that's what I think you
I've
did
seen him
from
do
an
it.
outside.
That's
what
I
I
was
think
gonna
you've
say,
done.
yeah.
Oh,
I've
I do
seen
that.
him do
No,
it.
it's like I don't like this, and I'm the one person. I'm like, you know what? I'm in there.
Well, you know what?
I do not
I'm gonna
care.
share on that real quick. Is Jerome stepped up in this fellowship I was talking about earlier that Tara was pivotal and Tad in getting going here at 2218 when no one else was open. He stepped up. He took a position. He took a role. Like week after week, I was seeing. Like during business meetings and whatever, like I could just see his face. Like Jerome he throw his hands up, just pissed off. Like certain people would be sharing. There was things that were just, addicts being addicts. And Jerome was like, he's like fucking chaos. Or this chaos.
Right.
Like sometimes he distanced himself from it, but what he did was he would bring some of the serenity to it. He would do his best to bring it to a peaceful spot where it wasn't so chaotic.
Try my best, man. That's not what we're here for.
That's what we can do. That's all we can do sometimes. So I can say personally, in 6 months, I've seen him grow through that and deal with it on a better playing field and bring some more peace to it. So, are we hopping into a topic?
We're going to go, Damone. What did you want to talk about?
Let's talk.
Hope.
Whoa.
Hope.
Well, we'll share about that.
Hope gave me another reason not to think about dope. Right?
Like it.
Because my whole thought, thinking, living, eating, sleeping, drinking, whatever I was doing, it was all about dope. And when recovery came into my life, when I walked through the door, that was the first thing they shared was some hope. And I had to just grasp on that to stop thinking about dope. The hope was just to believe that possibly I could stop. You know what I'm saying, Tim? Like, I can stop using dope. Keep coming back. And that's what I did. I just kept coming back, man. And through that, hope turned into a new vision for me. I'm talking about possibilities that I never in my wildest imagination could believe, And hope is very simple for me, right? Like, I'm not looking for no grandiose, nothing outside of the box. My hope is defined in just in a day that I don't use no dope. I try to be, I'm a simple dude, right? And I try to keep things simple. And I think that's something that, just hearing you share about, just wanting things in order, but I understand life has so much chaos and confusion.
It's variables, man.
We see that everywhere, right?
Exactly.
Like going through this pandemic and but I learned it's not like what is going on in meeting. Tad just said it. What do I bring to the meeting?
Thank you.
Exactly.
Right? And that was shared with me. But I'm an orderly person, right? And I got things a certain way, right? But I learned, like in recovery, it's never gonna be like that.
Nope.
I'm not like on the fly type person when it comes to recovery, but I have a set of things that how I approach my recovery, and it all starts with hope, right? Because I'm used to seeing something that is not in the way I want it to be. So here comes surrender, right? See, I got some hope first, now I got some surrender, right? Like what's out of my control, I let go.
Got to.
He said third step, right? So I make a decision to either like get involved in this shit or look, I can
let it go.
What I love about recovery, you can come freely and leave freely.
Right.
Right? Or I can stand outside the door while they tripping, but I'm not leaving the meeting.
Right.
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 I'm still staying in the meeting. Or you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go all the way to the back. Right. Or business meeting. Or whatever it is that
love those.
Tad says it. Where can I get involved? Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
But I must not put myself in the way, right? I gotta have the hope and say, you know what? All of us had used motherfucking dope.
Right.
Not today,
Right.
But we have.
But we have. And so I don't look at the next person and say, oh well, this motherfucker, she's tripping, right? Because I always look at people and say, there go me.
Right.
That's me.
I feel that.
That's
Yeah.
me. So I'm living and learn. You know, you said it, and that's why I love hearing you share.
Right.
Because I get like some balance now. Right? And that's where my hope comes from. Like, I'll share this real quick. I never would think in my wildest imagination, right? Now that I'm clean, I'm working on recovery, right? I went through the step working process. I continue to do that. I call my sponsor.
All that good stuff.
I talk to addicts regularly. I make meetings
Good
regularly.
stuff.
Right? Like, but I'm paying bills, right? Like I'm taking care of 5 children, right?
Would you say you're maybe a productive member of
Society.
Like, fucking awesome.
What we striving
Like
for,
awesome,
man.
right?
Right.
Like, and I love when you said, Tad, about like today, I can wear a little jewelry. Tad was messing with me, you guys. He was gonna have me count the diamonds I had on my neck, right? But
You got it 13 years. You
but look,
made it there.
But look,
I counted them. It's like
said
800.
something. See, the first thing we deal with when we get in recovery is our personality.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So my sister back here, she said, well, Damone, you ain't on Facebook no more. But I love Facebook, but for me, like where I got to a point in my recovery, like I had to just stop.
Right.
It's not that I won't get on it, but you learn through this process, like when your hope comes and I can DM some shit, like he said it. Some days I'll throw on my, hip hop, bebop, got my country music going, got my rock music going, because I'm all over the place.
Right.
Same here.
I ain't got just one thing that I can get locked in, but I can turn something on and it can change my whole personality.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Or I can throw on a pair of clothes and like I'm in the mirror. My girl Elena, she gonna laugh at me. Now she know how I get. Like I throw on some flashy shit and my whole personality is bad. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta go back to the hope.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that shit will take me back to the dope.
Yeah.
So today, and I love when he said self-confidence, right? See, this is how I learned my recovery. I listen and I learn.
Right.
I'm gonna learn by listening. And if I'm not listening to y'all, if I'm not taking in what you sharing, like and open to the suggestions, like my hope will die, man.
Right.
Right.
My hope will die, man. And that's what I'm scared of. Like I don't want to
And
stop
that's a healthy
doing,
fear.
I don't want to stop
Right.
doing. And that I
Right.
love when you said it a couple weeks ago. I still remember that.
Right.
And there's healthy fear. But
Oh, yeah.
my hope will die if I let my humbleness get into my ego, my cockiness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I love when he said about confidence. See, that's where my confidence lies, in the hope, right? The hope was my anchor that keeps me still in this process, man. It's beautiful, man.
Like it.
Hope. It's huge. Tad, you want to share on hope? Then we'll take it to Jerome.
So, on the planet where I'm from, this symbol means hope.
He's a super. We talked about that in week 1. Your Superman stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah.
His alter ego.
So, and like I don't normally rock the Superman shit, but it just so happens that I was all Superman out today because it was my first day really out of the house since
Off quarantine.
post-COVID. And
Glad you're
last
back,
night,
bro.
last night was my first night off quarantine. Thank you. And it kicked my ass.
Right.
Being out for 4 hours kicked my ass. Like I slept 20 hours.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be comfortable, so I wore my Superman shit. And I got Superman socks on. I got a couple shirts, a hoodie, a hat.
And
I didn't bring a
necklace.
belt. Yeah, and
Do
Draws.
it big. Do it big.
I didn't wear the ring, but I did.
Oh,
But I was gonna go all out. I got halfway ready and was like, "No, you know what? This is enough. I'm already exhausting myself." And that's one of the reasons. Like when I got into recovery is when I took off with the suit. Like it had been my nickname.
Yeah.
But I'm watching Superman one of the times I got in recovery, and it was a hope thing. and he said the hope, and he had felt alone, and that's why I'm here, and I always wanted to be that for other people. So there are aspects of my unhealthy obsession with Superman that have fueled my recovery. But
You picked that up over time, though. You grew.
Yeah.
You grew through that.
yeah, and
You put away some of the Superman stuff, but you still your
got rid of-
concept
this
with
is-
hope. Come
when
on.
I got rid of all this stuff, this is the only thing that survived.
Right.
And-
But you have a message about hope through that stuff.
And so, but anyone can be hopeful.
Yes.
You never know. Right now, Elena could be hopeful to Ashley over there, or Jerome could be hopeful, and vice versa. So you just walking into a meeting and sharing, if you have 10 days, 10 seconds, 10 minutes, that's
shot.
hope for someone else.
You're damn right. Hope shot.
People
That's
don't know
right.
that. And, when I was doing a lot of what I was doing early on in my recovery, I didn't know that. Like I'm in here trying to get changes made, and I'm trying to do stuff, and I'm not seeing the progress in myself or the progress that are being made in the community because I'm a part of it.
Right.
And I'm not able to. And all of a sudden, you know what? Now we got like 50 things got done. It's a lot more progressive than it was
Right.
at this building, in this community.
Just a little hope.
And I'm different than I was almost 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't see that, but all of a sudden people started treating me differently.
Yeah.
And like whereas before it was okay for me to act up and have a temper tantrum, all of a sudden that's not okay for me because it's been a year, and I hold myself to that. And like all of a sudden people don't expect that. The newcomers are like, what? So, I mean, you give other people hope, and I don't know. We all evolve. Like everything evolves. And just like I said, I don't know.
That's a great topic.
We could go on hope forever. We got to get to you guys.
Let me say one thing for Tim Gold. You had said something last week, like the hope for us is somebody coming through that door.
You're damn
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
That
The
this can be
lifeblood.
done.
Yes.
If we can reach
and-
one person,
Yes.
once,
Yes.
that's it. If we can
Man.
reach more, great. And if along that way, doing this podcast, we help millions of people, fantastic. If we change the stigmatism of addiction in the eyes of the world,
yes.
that would be great. But if we only help one person,
I'm satisfied with
successful.
one person today.
Successful.
I'm satisfied with one person. Jerome, what is
Man.
hope for you?
I'm a simple person now that I'm talking again, guys. I really am, man. Like the basics, for me, I try not to future trip, man. Like the hope of tomorrow might be all right. The hope that I might not know what my passion or what my future may lay, but like I know that if I keep doing the simple things, like that I will be all right. And it took me so long to actually get to that point, you guys. It really did. And honestly, now then you're kind of thinking back how I used to be, man. Like it used to scare me. It's just like, man, what is my purpose? Like, what is my purpose? I don't get it, and that
You get caught
existential
up in
like
it.
dread, and
You get caught up
and
in
I will loop myself into some bullshit, guys.
Right.
That's my favorite thing to do. Get me started on something that. Get me started. I'll loop myself for hours. That actually happened to me yesterday. Taro kind of looked at me. It's like, what's wrong with you? It's like, man, I loop myself. It's like, I'll be all right, But
Is that kind of the same as like Tim, get out of your head type deal?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You're doing that, get inside your head. Okay.
I loop myself, and it's crazy because I'll do it to myself.
Yeah,
it doesn't take
Yeah.
it doesn't take anybody else to
can be
do it.
our
Like
worst
I
enemy.
I am my own worst enemy. But that's where the basics come down, man. Like I know, like if I keep doing the next best thing and the next right thing, like it'll be all right.
work out.
That's hope can look different for everybody.
Yep.
For me, I want peace. That's what I'm here for. It's like, and I can see that in some people, man, like that you can tell in their eyes, man. It's like you got some peace. It's like you worked for it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think you don't have peace?
No, not yet. Not the peace that I
That you strive for?
that I want, that I strive
You're a
for.
lot more peaceful
Internal
than
peace?
than you were 2 months ago.
Yeah, but I'm
internal.
humble though. That's the thing about it. Like I try to be humble. That's the reality. It's like I want to speak my truth and not anybody else's at all points at times.
Someone
Finding
that's
your identity.
someone that's so low key and humble like you, how do you deal with me and my sister? Two of your
Man.
friends.
Man, me and sister get into it.
He's learning.
Man,
Well, that's like this. That's like
You know,
this.
I'm always listening, man. Like, you know, that's the thing about me. You know, like for me, like coming to these rooms, man. Like I was always like a listener. You know what I'm saying? What was a struggle is for me to talk because I was always lying. I mean, I lied about everything.
I can relate.
And you know, and I was at it. I was really good at it. I mean, really good at it.
Mastermind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to toot my horn, but like, I'll look at you and say some bullshit and have you believe it. And I'm telling you, like, it happened to me last week. It's like, man, that lie is from like 5 or 6 years ago. He still believes it. Yikes. You know.
I told you we're brilliant.
So that, you know, this whole process of me, like, you know, like talking from where I'm at, man, it's just like today I'm hurting, you know, it's like today I'm struggling, you know, today I don't feel like myself, you know, and that's some things, that's something I think everybody has to do. It's like, hey, like, you know, you don't have to be good all the time. It's like, hey, you don't have to, like, it's nothing wrong with just being all right today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just be like, it's like, hey, I'm just all right today, you know, and that's fine, you know, as long as you acknowledge that you're fine, you know. That's just for me, guys.
Tim, you didn't answer, did you?
No, and
Hope.
I know you were hoping I didn't. No, I'm joking. Hope.
Oh my God.
You know what? Damone really touched a lot of things. Like I can talk about hope when it comes with family or friends, but I want to keep it towards recovery. I mean, like quickly, like yeah, I hope with my dad's health, like I hope things work out. Like, but before recovery, I couldn't even comprehend that. Like the thoughts wouldn't even work together. And like to keep it towards recovery, like Jerome's a good. I'm not to put you on the subject matter, but for me, like I look at Jerome and think of hope. Like this is as real as I can be. It's like we've shared so much shit in my van. Like to me, it's a lot. Like it's a lot in here. Like it's a lot what we share.
I appreciate
like
you,
I
man.
don't bullshit when I talk to him. Like it's someone I genuinely open up to. Like I tell him things that I haven't shared with people. And I don't know why. Like we click, we're comfortable together. I don't know, but like I share things with him, and when he shares with me these things, like he's saying now, like he just wants peace. And for me, like I've still got this character defect of wanting to try to fix that. Like I hate to see someone I care about say like they can't find peace, and like or they're having issues with things. Like my defect is I'm over here like with a wrench
Trying to
and
fix, manage, and control.
yes, like I'm still, that's a defect I have because like I've got it. Like I deal with things, but I don't, like I was talking about depression, like I do not that I don't understand it or think it's real. I just don't deal with it, or it's never controlled my day to day, and I've never had that issue. So like I'm always looking for another way to be like, keep coming back. However I can say it, like them are some nice shoes, keep coming back. I like how you presented yourself today, keep coming back. Great share. Someone told me good share at the first time I went to a campfire meeting. I shared. I don't even know what the hell I said, but they're like, Tim, that was a great share. That blew me up for 3 weeks. I was like, I had a great share in front of like 100 people.
And he hasn't stopped sharing since, ladies
No.
and gentlemen.
But
And that's beautiful.
But look at, like Damone was saying, like the hope that it sounds kind of sadistic to say, you know what? I hope there's another addict who walks through the door, because I hope no more people are addicts. But we know the facts of life. It's gonna happen. I hope they find these rooms because I need them to come in here. I need them for my recovery so I don't go and die. Like if newcomers stop coming, I will be lost to forgetting of what is waiting out there for me. My last high, yes, I'm not probably ever going to forget it, but it will be easy. The further I get away from that last high, the further I get away from that remembrance of what it was like. Yep. And when I see that newcomer come in here stinking, dirty, still half high, not telling the truth, confused, stealing, just these things, I was.
And just thinking we wasn't here and they came in the door, nobody
That's what
was
I mean.
here.
It's a whole reciprocating situation here. Damn, we're coming up on time quick.
Yeah.
We got
flies when you're having fun.
Technical errors got us a few extra minutes tonight, and
we'll probably go over. We still got to hit everything.
right. So I can keep going on hope all night long. Like that is one of the principles to the programs I'm working.
All right.
So,
But,
do you want me to keep going? I can't. No.
oh my gosh. Cut the promo.
Well, 2218. That's who's got us putting this podcast on. We're housing this at 2218, the place that never closed their doors throughout this pandemic. I don't want to go too hard on it, but anyone listening knows 2218 has been here for the recovery community. They've saved lives. If my mom could hug, I was sharing this in a meeting. If my mom could come in and hug everyone, she would thank you guys and hug you guys for giving her son back. If she could hug this whole 2218, that's what she'd be doing. This place helped keep her son alive and gave her son back. So with that said, if you would like to donate, feel free. We will not turn away donations at 2218. Your listening is just as important, and we love you all for checking in and staying plugged in with us.
So we're gonna do. Hey, it's Tad again. We're gonna do
He never
the
left.
gratitude. But before we get into the gratitude, in addition to giving us what they're grateful today, they're just gonna say hi real quick. Our guests on the show next week. So we got Ashley right here.
Hello, everybody.
What's your name?
Ashley in recovery.
Hey, Ashley.
What are you
Ashley.
What are you grateful for today?
All of you guys.
Okay.
Elena, our wonderful secretary. Elena wears 37 hats.
Oh, 42.
42. And
That's a lot of hats.
Elena,
And you know what? Happy birthday. It was
happy
a birthday a few
birthday.
days ago.
Belated, yeah.
she
turned
turned
26.
I was gonna say 25, but you know.
26.
And she just got some clean time not too long ago too.
Yeah, Elena got 2 years, right?
2 years, and she had a
Hyping
birthday.
you up.
They call it a belly button birthday, but hey.
That's okay.
Elena, say hi and what you're grateful for.
Too. This week I am grateful for many things. Everybody knows I'm big on recovery, and I have dug in this week. If it's not the podcast, it's speaking at a treatment center this week. It's all kinds of things, and I've really, really enjoyed it. So,
We love you, Elena.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you for all
Thank
you
you,
do.
Elena.
Yeah.
All right, Sydney.
Sydney, what are you grateful for?
Hey, I'm Sydney. I'm an alcoholic.
Welcome back.
I think I said it last week, but I'm grateful that things can change.
There you go. I like that. I
I'm
like
grateful
that.
that things get better every day.
Yes,
as
they
long
do.
as I keep doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Yes, they do.
Thank
I
you,
hope.
Sydney.
The actual hope, man.
There we
I
go.
like it.
Jesse K. Jesse K, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're grateful for.
Jesse Attic.
Hey,
That's
Jesse.
it.
Yes, hey.
Just having my daughter back in my life.
There you go. I
Nice.
love
Gifts
sweet.
of recovery, baby.
Yeah, it is. Man.
I'm Sean in recovery.
Hey,
Hey,
Sean.
Sean.
Grateful for just being here tonight and just being able to be around my recovery family.
And we're grateful you're here.
Glad
Thank
you're
you.
here.
Exactly.
That's
Matt.
what this thing's about, family, man.
Family, baby.
Matt.
My name's Matt. I'm a grateful recovering addict.
man.
Today, I am grateful for the person struggling, reaching out, asking for help.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The lifeblood of this thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. And thank
Tim.
you for all you do.
Tim, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my family, my cheerleaders in recovery, my cheerleaders outside of recovery. I am grateful for people who have faith in me and that count on me. I'm grateful for the get-tos. And now I get to thank you for that. Thank you, Damon.
Thank you.
Tad,
Jerome. Oh,
I got you. Tad, what are you grateful for?
Oh man, I'm grateful to be off quarantine. I'm grateful for my higher power. I'm grateful for my recovery family. I want to tell a quick story, and it's real short.
Go
actually.
ahead.
So,
It's your show. You can.
I love that.
oh,
You
dude.
got bust your bubble.
That's the chaos I like.
Oh my god! But so like the thing that I'm grateful for is the support and that we get in recovery. So I was sitting here one day on quarantine, and I'm like, no one's reached out to me, feeling sorry for myself. It was a day where I felt like crap, the only day, and then I got up and I corrected myself. I'm like, dude, you're so full of shit, Tad, in my head, and I'm like, you have gotten no less than 5 calls and like 8 texts a day, like. Like what are you saying? No one's reached out to you this hour? Like, knock it the fuck on and move on.
Monster
And so-
between our ears.
Yeah, and it was just funny. And a guy had reached out. He said he got my number on the phone list, and I was telling him the story. So I'm grateful for things like that. And I told him the story. He's like, that is funny because I do that all the time. So I'm grateful that like we have people that reach out and we're able to take corrective measures and know that the monster between our ears is. It's just
Bullshit.
that. It's bullshit most of the time. Jerome, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for the same thing I'm usually grateful for every single day. You know, I'm grateful to have my mind back because seriously, that is. I remember when man, that first drink killed me, man. Like I could not stop. It's just like, how am I gonna get the next one? And I'm grateful to actually have thoughts. These feelings, and to actually find. I'm grateful for the process of trying to find a passion and trying to find my purpose. So that's where I'm at.
Great. Damone, what are you? We get to let you end this up on gratefulness tonight.
Oh, for real?
Get deep on us.
Oh, man. I am so grateful for you two for just starting this for us, And my gratitude, it just goes into what this is all about, my attitude. Sometimes, we'll say attitude for gratitude, but like I keep an attitude.
The name of the podcast.
Yeah,
Right.
And I was just looking at that,
Right.
and my attitude is always upbeat, man.
Yes, it is.
And
I can contest to that.
I'll share this with my gratitude is the best. It's not the best day that I'm in gratitude. It's them challenging days. It's them trial days. It's them hard days. It's them frustrating days. And I want to say that I love you, Jerome.
Appreciate you,
You
brother.
was honest, and I'm in some feelings too. But my gratitude speaks through recovery, man. That like I don't gotta beat me up. Like I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And that's why I stay with my gratitude, man.
Thank you. Real quick. Now I get to tell my quick little story here. So I want to share real quick with the audience a quick minute story here. There's three ways you wake up. You have a good day, you have a bad day, and you have a great day. You wake up on a good day clean, and you go to bed on a good day clean. A bad day, you wake up clean, and you don't go to bed clean. You go to bed high. A great day is when you wake up clean, go through some bullshit, deal with life on life's terms, and still go to bed clean. That's a great day.
Great day.
I like that.
Great day.
Great day. You got the buzzer beater?
Yeah, I got a buzzer beater.
I hope it's not a sports
No,
question.
no,
you
you
guys got me last. You guys got me last time with the sports question.
Okay, so
not a
I'm
I'm
sports
listening
person,
in
man.
next week. I want to hear
they
the
got-
ladies.
they got
Hey, we got to
And I
talk
wanna hear
about
them
next
talk
show
about
and thank
that.
everyone,
Yeah.
right? Before
I'm
the
listening
buzzer-
in.
Should I come up with a buzzer beater while you
I
do
want
it?
to hear
I got
their
it.
answers
Okay.
on that. Yeah.
Promo us.
Okay, so I want to thank everyone for tuning into our show. We're going to do a buzzer beater, and then we want to thank Jerome and Damone today. They did an excellent
Appreciate
job. And you know what? Tune in next week because we got Elena and Ashley.
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
Apparently, we're going to be talking about 13th.
Oh, I'm
So-
here.
Oh boy.
I am
Because
here.
apparently
for that.
they're the foremost experts.
Elena said,
They're not. They're not.
yeah.
They're not. I just
Just
slammed.
one time, Elena. Just one
I
time.
am totally gonna get beat up.
That
after
came out wrong. He didn't mean it the way it sounded.
No, yeah. And it was a joke. They're really good friends of mine. Like I said, Ashley actually is.
They're queens of recovery.
Yeah,
They're queens of
great.
And for
recovery.
those new listeners, it's not actually a part of the recovery.
No.
No. So I
No.
think we're gonna be talking about.
Look in the
So
book.
you gotta listen.
We'll see where it
so
goes.
they can
'cause
let
there are
y'all
people
know
have
what it
Cliffhanger.
is.
Yeah, good cliffhanger,
Yep.
Damone.
What for buzzer beaters? Yeah. I got a formula. I don't know how to talk it out loud from my brain, which is running on empty right now. So, what we're gonna do is a product, and I'll go first.
Okay.
A recovery product. So, like my product would be Spiritual Awakening Energy Drink.
Oh, okay.
So it's the name
So-
of recovery product.
Okay.
You want to go next, Tim?
I guess I'm shooting from the hip on this one, but like we could say like no, not like I don't know, like Hope Hormel Jelly. I don't know.
Hope Chili. Tim's got Hope Chili.
Okay, well, no. I just had to confirm the right answers.
Yes.
Okay.
You got Hope Chili.
I don't want Hope
I gotta let
Chili.
you guys
They're gonna
know
be
I'm-
like, that's the chili guy.
Yeah, that's the Hope Chili guy.
We put an acceptance sandwich with it.
I'm gonna let you
No,
guys
that's
know
the
I'm
Moans
addict.
acceptance
Simone's got
sandwich.
acceptance
What's yours?
sandwich.
Man, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm an addict. My mind went. Whew.
That's the joint.
There you go. All right, next, who's got the mic? Sydney.
You guys brought up the 13th step, and my product is a chastity belt.
Whoa.
We're gonna get your step work done.
That that was his sponsor speaking. Him as
See?
a sponsor. No, him as a sponsor.
Oh boy. Okay, Elena, what is your recovery product?
Okay, I got one. So one thing that I always do when I'm having a bad day is I wash my hair more than once a day. So I need some
wow.
Serenity shampoo.
Good.
I like that.
Ashley, you're up.
Come on, Ashley.
We don't walk away. You're the queen of recovery.
Come on, Ashley.
Hers is the walk away taco.
The
Okay.
walk away taco from Ashley.
Sean, you're up. Okay, she's got the hands up burger.
I should say.
Hands up burger. Matt, what's yours? Oh wait. Jesse's is the stand back. What's that? Stand back burrito.
Stand back burrito.
I like
back
stand back
burrito.
burrito.
Tim is good at this.
Come on, Matt. Don't let me give you yours.
My name's Matt. I'm a grateful recovering addict.
What's up,
We're
Matt?
going with food. I'll say gratitude goulash.
Boom.
Yeah, boom.
Goulash.
Tim, give us like 8 more, because I feel like you could just do it.
Dude, you don't want me going down
Go,
that.
just go. Run off as many as you
run
can.
them, just run
Yeah,
them?
quick.
I don't know. No. All right. That was a great show, guys. We really appreciate everyone who checked in, everyone who wrote us questions. We don't make it through another hour without you guys checking in. We love everyone who checked in. 2218, thanks for housing us. You can take us home.
What about
from
the
there.
9-step, what is that? Hand sanitizer.
The 9-step
Yeah,
hands?
that meant-
Oh, shit.
so
We
you
got COVID. Oh,
Right, yeah.
boy. Are we
so-
still thinking about recovery products?
Yeah. Anyways, we want to thank everyone for tuning in with us. Sorry we got a little goofy at the end.
That's the point of the show.
Who
But that's
says
the
we
point of
don't
the-
have fun in recovery?
We laugh. We laugh.
And we want to thank Ashley and her Walkaway Tacos for sponsoring this show.
And Jerome and Damone, thank you two again.
Oh,
There's
you
a
guys
reason
have
you were
been
here.
awesome.
Thank you guys.
Of course,
really.
of course.
And
Glad
we
we
love
did.
all of you guys, and we will see you again next week. Thank you.
Right.
Peace out.
You're still on, right?